Hi guys, it's another really dumb VR chat video. This is going to probably be a series where I talk about stuff that I feel like talking about because I thought I could make a lot of videos like this and they shouldn't be too hard to make. So I just went on vacation a while ago and it's really fun. It was at
Where?
I went to Las Vegas. I was getting to that. Um, the person asking questions is my friend. Are you gonna be in the video? He's over there. Wait, he's over there. Yeah, so he might be asking questions. I don't know, but yeah,
Yes.
yeah. As you probably know, I went to Las Vegas a while ago, and I did so many things, and I actually
Like what?
that's why I'm making this video. I'm showing.
Don't look at me.
I'm showing you what I did.
Don't look at me like that.
I woke up really early when I was going into flight there. Hi. I woke up at like 4, but it was fine. I couldn't sleep on the plane. It was kind of hard, but
But it was.
it was fine actually. Right when I got there, it really didn't
I
look.
woke up at 4 in the morning.
When today?
No, I was jokes. Edit this part out.
What if I don't want to? But it's funny how right when you get in the airport, there's casino stuff everywhere. Oh yeah, slot machines are called slot machines, obviously. The main reason for going there was Omega Mart. So in the airport, you just kept seeing advertisements for it, and there's like buses everywhere that have Omega Mart stuff on them, and like there's a street that has 5 billboards in a row.
There?
What? I'm going in order.
What
I
did you
did
get there?
more than just that. I did more. I'll get there. That was like on the 3rd day. The first thing I did there. I couldn't go to the hotel because it was like 30 minutes away, but I just walked around the place. I started at the big pyramid hotel, which was super neat looking. It's just a big pyramid. I walked around, and I ended up at the place where the Big Apple coaster is at. It's a roller coaster that goes around a themed hotel, and it's themed to New York City, I think. And I heard it was the most.
I'm gonna be a roller coaster that went around a huge apple.
That would be cool, but no. It's um, but I heard it was like the most rough coaster, and it would hurt you so much when you go on it. I heard so many things about how bad it was, and I actually liked it. It wasn't that bad, but some transitions were so
Did you
forceful.
break any bones
and-
on it?
No, the trains were updated, so they're not that bad. It was just some transitions that were forceful, but I really liked how those were. Those were crazy. And it was good because they had some hills with a lot of airtime where you go, woo, woo. It was fun. It was fun. I kind of wanted to go on it again. I walked down the street kind of a bit more, and there's one like kind of virtual reality place I heard of, and it's called Arcadia Earth, and it was super weird. It had a lot of themed rooms and it was super immersive. I can't explain it, but I'll have images that I'll show. That was cool. There was some weird stuff there, really weird. And it was kind of funny because the whole theme was like nature and stuff and how people pollute the place. And it was like, please change your habits so you don't destroy the earth, but I can't do anything like that. I'm terrible at changing what I do, and I have no idea. There's a big train over there, just saying, but just ignore it. It's not really relevant. We didn't get a hotel in the area because there's a really nice resort like 30 minutes away, and it was a really big hotel. There's 2 restrooms in the hotel, so that automatically makes it a really
Wow.
good. It's really good. It's really good.
Oh my god.
2 restrooms.
That's
But-
a lot.
The next day, we didn't even go to Las Vegas. We were going to the Grand Canyon and the Hoover Dam. Those are popular for some reason. The Grand Canyon was pretty neat, but the place we went had like a 40-minute line for the observation deck. And it was kind of neat because it was like glass floor that you could look through. And the place was pretty big. It was a cool looking place. I kind of wish I went to one of the other places because the line was really long and I couldn't stay at the observation tower very long. But right after that, I just came back and went to the big dam. It wasn't anything too special. It was big and it looked cool.
No.
Are you looking for another avatar? I know you are. You don't need to answer that.
No.
The third day, you'll like what I did the third day. The third day was the day that I actually went to Omega Mart. And it's actually in another building. It's in a place... Okay. He's comically large now. You can see him over there. Yeah. So, it's actually in a building called Area 15, and it has a lot of neat attractions there. There's like virtual reality stuff everywhere, and there's like a zipline roller coaster through the place, and the vibe is perfect. It's fun. Even before I went in, I saw that there's a really cool bar you can go to that's on a flying saucer that raises you up 100 feet. Like, I wanted to go there, kind of. That was really cool. I did not even know that was there. First, I just went to Omega Mart.
I was going to sing the song, but I don't want you to get copyright claimed, though.
I won't get... Even if I do, I don't make money off of my videos. You can do it. You can do it.
Oh, no.
Did you ever realize that Omega Mart is similar to O'Reilly's? Like, I just thought of that. It starts the same. Like, which side are you on? O'Reilly's or Omega Mart? I should have mentioned it, but it's like a fictional supermarket sort of area. They have weird items. I'll show you what I got. I got nut-free salted peanuts, but they have a lot of weird stuff there. I didn't really get a picture, but whatever. But if you go through like a refrigerator, or if you go around one of the corners, you'll get to the back side of the area. I can't explain it. I can show you the videos though.
Well, everyone, I'm gonna be heading off, but so bye bye. And also, Pocket Fox, if you watch this, 2 words for you. Because yes, I'm not gonna let the joke die. It's still funny to me. I can tell I'm still laughing at it. Because yes, man. Because yes, forever.
I don't know if they're going to end up watching it, but so I went there and I had a card and I could look through all the computers there to look at the little information, and I liked learning about the stuff there. That was cool. It was kind of weird because I ended up going through the same places a few times. Like, I didn't know when to stop. There's a lot to look at, but I ended up looking through the whole thing of multiple times. And also, there were like quite a few people there, so I didn't want to bother them, and I didn't want to go. So I probably could have looked through it a bit more. Once I looked through everything there, I went to 2 other exhibits in the same building. One was called Museum Fiasco or something, and that's just like a really big room full of lights and weird noises. I'll show you a video. I actually really like the music there. That's part of the reason why I liked it, but the audio quality was crazy because the sounds felt like they weren't coming from regular audio sources. It felt like, I don't know. The visuals and the sound were super neat there. So I stayed there for a while just walking around. That was my favorite room there, just because it felt so neat. But after that, I went to Wink World. That's 6 smaller rooms full of music and weird effects. Every room is a bit different, but kind of has the same theme. I think I like those places just as much as Omega Mart because they're so simple, but also perfect in what they had. Right after that, I went to the main theme park in the area, and that one's called Adventure Dome. They have 2 roller coasters there. There's some rides that were cool that I wanted to go on, but they had Owl Loco, which I'll show. That one's good because it has a lot of weird turns and inversions. That one's fun also because it's a small cart, so every drop you kind of fling over the edge. You only have 2 rows. I went on that like 2 or 3 times, then I went on Canyon Blaster, which is the other one. That was like a lot more shaky than the Big Apple coaster, I think. I know a lot of people like it on the internet, but I like the Big Apple coaster more. That one was shaky. I didn't like that one as much, but I do think it was pretty wacky when you go through the canyon thing and it's like completely dark. You get really close to the edges of the place. I don't know. That part's pretty neat. I couldn't go on it very much because it was a bit too shaky. That theme park was pretty neat just to stop by for like an hour and a half. I think after that, I just went to the Waxy Museum there. It was kind of short, but it was still kind of cool. I saw The Rock Johnson Dwayne. That day was probably the day I did the least. It was pretty much just the Wax Museum. After the Wax Museum, I went to a bar that has everything made out of ice, I think. Maybe some of it isn't made out of ice, but like the cups are icy and whatever. It doesn't matter. It's like a really cold bar, I guess. But I really liked one of the drinks that I got. It was a soda thing, but it was a really nice flavor and it didn't burn my tongue too much. The next day was more exciting though because I went on one of my favorite rides. That ride I went to at Mall of America because they have the same ride. That ride is one of the flyover rides and they have those at a lot of places, and it's just a simulator ride. They have plane footage of flying over popular areas, and it looks super nice, and they have smells on the ride, and they smell super nice, and the music is the best music I've heard on a ride. I wish they released it on Spotify, but I'm sure they don't. So I really like that at Mall of America, and I found out they have one at Las Vegas, and I didn't realize it was pretty different, which was really cool. The difference between the Mall of America one and the Las Vegas one is that the Las Vegas one has a big pre-show that has a room full of projections, and they explain the area you're going to fly to, and the whole trip there is actually 25 minutes. At Mall of America it's just like 8 minutes. They have different areas there. They have like a Wild West one and an Iceland one, and they don't have those at other places, I think. They have really cool scenes in those areas. They have one scene that has actors doing a gunfight scene in some movie, and you can smell the gun smoke in it. It smells like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. I really like how every little thing is timed up to the camera, so stuff just happens around you. There's also a fireworks scene in the other one, the Iceland one, where you're flying over a town and there's fireworks coming out of all of the buildings. But I really liked that ride, so I went on it twice, obviously. I went on the 2 different areas. But after that, I think might have been my favorite part of the trip. At least it's either this or Omega Mart, because it was really cool. I went to one of the shows there because I guess the place has a lot of shows. I heard of this show, I think at a theater class at school because we're studying set design or something. But I heard of this show that has a really weird set on it that moves around and stuff, and there's like a part where people are on a pirate ship and throwing each other off. There's a part where people fall off of like a sand mountain or something. I don't know. I wanted to know more about it, but I didn't really look it up. But I saw that they had that show that I was looking at school at the place, so I decided to go there because I wanted to see one of these shows. So getting there is kind of weird. Every hotel is like a small mall, and there's just rooms connected to each other there's rooms connected to each other everywhere, and it's just kind of a maze. Every single place has like a little mall full of stuff. Like you could go places without going outside at all. But I had to go look through the whole hotel that had other shows in it somehow. Every one of those shows has its own set we got there. And right when you walk into the show, it's already super wacky because the whole set is super themed, and I don't even know what it's supposed to be, but it looks super cool. There's props and stuff all around the seating area. And then there's just fire flying out of the stage. Whatever. You could tell that's going to be super wacky when you go in. And once the show is about to start, they really want to tell people not to use your phones there. It's fine because I already got all the pictures I needed. It was kind of funny. They added a little bit where one of the weird looking guys gets someone's phone. They pick it up, they're looking through it, and then the guy is like, "What are you doing with my phone? You're so wacky." The weird guy just throws the phone into the pit, and there's just a little explosion effect, and the guy's like, "Hmm? What?" The weird guy just throws him over the pit too, and there's another little explosion effect. That was super funny, just how they started it with that. But then the show started, and already you can just see a big boat rising up from the pit, and everyone's just rowing this really big boat, which is the whole set pretty much. Boat is like multiple purpose. It's like the main platform they do the stuff on. You can see in the background, they arrive somewhere. There's maybe an island or something that comes forward, and there's some people on the island, and they do some battles and stuff. And then another boat arrives and then takes them off the island. And there's the scene where they're rocking the boat everywhere and throwing people off of the boat, like I said earlier. And then once everyone's off the boat, you can see them falling from the ceiling. There's bubbles everywhere, like they're underwater. You can see them trying to swim in the water because they got thrown off the boat, and that just looks super neat how they just come from the ceiling. There's a projection effect of bubbles. After that, there's some clowns doing some really funny stuff. I don't need to explain it, but it was pretty good. But the main plot is just some bad guys are trying to follow the regular guys everywhere and just mess up their stuff for no reason. My favorite part was around this time where it isn't even anything special, but the set kind of moves sideways and acts as a wall, and the characters are on a front platform, and there's a big light showing their silhouette. I was like, oh, they're doing this thing? And yeah, they were doing the thing where they do the puppet show. No, what? They're doing the shadow puppets, and I thought they did that really well, just saying. They were so smooth with transitioning their hands into different animals on the wall. And I just thought it looked super cool. It wasn't anything much. It was just a light, and they were doing shadow puppets in front of it. Some stuff that happened after that, the set acts as a mountain, and they climb up it, where they put arrows in the big wall and climb up to the top because there's people up there. And the people up there have a tent. Bad guys come, I think. And then they just transform the tent into a big flying machine and fly above the audience and stuff doing tricks. That doesn't even make sense, but it looks super neat. They had some normal-ish circus stuff, but I just like the visuals of everything. One part brings in a whole new set from the side, and there's people doing tricks in the air. They have like a random big snake that crawls down one of the poles that... Okay, I can't explain it. Sorry. It would be nice if I had a video, but I don't know how I would get that. The last sort of part has the bad guys and the good guys. The set is on its side still. They have people with arrows shooting at the platform that causes arrows to appear on the thing, and they climb around the arrows and swing across them while they're fighting. And after that, they start walking on the side of the platform like they're like this, doing fights on the wall, because they have people from the top that pull them up with the strings, and they do like big jumps and big fights on the wall, which looks super neat. Whoever had the idea for that has the biggest brain ever. The show had a lot of cool stuff, like there's people on the sides of the audience that have arrows that shoot across the stage. All of the seats have speakers in them, so you know when there's the bad guys behind you because it makes the spooky noises. There are also some fireworks at the end. The show wasn't even that long. It was like an hour and a half, but it was the most interesting show I've ever seen. That was the last thing I did there, but that was the part I wanted to talk about the most. That was the weirdest and coolest show. That's all. That was fun. That's pretty much everything I did, I think. I did pretty much everything I was interested in. I kind of just liked looking at the areas because there was a lot of just random cool stuff to see there. It's weird. The hotels were so weird. They're like themed around stuff. Like the Big Apple coaster has the theme around the New York stuff, but there's also hotels that there's one hotel that looks like a castle, and there's another hotel that has a big fountain in front of it. It has a fountain show. I can show that. And there's another hotel that has a volcano in front of it that has fire and stuff. There's some hotels that just have a big advertisement screen on them. I don't even know how they get the money for that, but the whole hotel wall is just a big screen that seems like it would cost a lot of energy or electricity, whatever. I'm just talking about random stuff now. The place was really different, and I think about it a lot. It's kind of a neat, little, unique place that I think has a lot of creative stuff in it. That's all I wanted to say. I liked going there. I might make another video like this where I talk about something else that's really funny or something. This wasn't really that funny, but I don't know. This is the end of the video. Bye.